Welcome to our dive show, Dropping In. I'm your host, Stacy Samuelson. In this episode, we'll be dropping in at Woods Cove in Laguna Beach off Diamond Street and PCH. More of an advanced dive spot. During good conditions, Woods can offer some fantastic diving. So let's get ready to drop in. Woods Cove is located off PCH and Diamond Street in Laguna Beach. Parking is limited here, so early risers will benefit. Always be mindful that this is a residential area. Access to the beach is via the stairway at street level. The stairs to the beach here are steep and can be a bit slippery, so take care when using them. There's a nice flat area where you can take a break if need be. It is nicely landscaped as well. At times, the sand can get washed away, so watch that last step down to the beach. It can have a drop-off. Also keep in mind there are no facilities on the beach. Woods Cove is an unsheltered beach, unlike some of the other coves, which can make diving here challenging. Surf can get high, and the water can get surgy. Diving woods can be rewarding though, and of course, no spearfishing or taking anything from these waters. Woods is a protected cove. Some say Woods is a beginner dive spot, but during not so ideal conditions, it can be classified as an intermediate to advanced level dive due to the ever-present surge. But on a good day, Woods Cove can be one of the most amazing dives here in Laguna.
Woods Cove is one of the most favorite dive sites in the Laguna. It's a little bit more advanced diving because it's a little bit more open to the ocean, and when the swell is coming, it's hitting the beach really hard. So when the conditions are really good, we just don't hesitate and go to dive the Woods Cove over here. We did plenty of night diving also here. We have more variety of the sea life under the water than on some other places over here in the Laguna. We can see Pacific angel shark, we saw shovel-nosed guitarfish. One night we spent the whole 60 minutes with the harbor seal under the water. It's pretty cool. Octopus is very common to see over here as well. Sometimes bunch of them in one dive. A lot of moray eels. We also have eelgrass over here. So a lot of tiny juvenile fish are hiding inside of the grass. So it's pretty cool to watch it. We have almost 80 steps to get down on the beach. For the best entry, we're using north side of the beach over here, where is less reefs under the water, so it's safer. And then we swim out next to the rocks, we drop down, and we're heading usually 230, 240 to swim out, and then turn around and go back. It's very important to find a way back between the rocks, otherwise we can get caught in the waves on the south side of the woods, and it can be pretty dangerous.
We're down here with an ROP class. We're dive instructors and we're teaching the class. This is one of the more beautiful coves along Laguna Beach. Good dive, a lot of reef, a lot of kelp out there, which attracts a lot of marine life as well.
Sharks, leopard sharks.
Lobster, Garibaldi.
Yeah. Starfish.
Yeah.
Pretty nice entry, very nice conditions, kind of surgy, but that's okay. There's a lot of marine life out there, especially the kelp, a lot of kelp.
Welcome once again to Gear Talk. I'm Bob Newberry with Dive and Photo, and on this edition of Gear Talk, we're going to be focusing on the Sport HD camera from Intova. We are actually using this camera for the underwater video on our series Dropping In. Today we've invited Phil Crow from Intova to join us and tell us a little bit about this camera. Phil, tell us about the Sport HD.
Well, the camera is actually a new entry into the POV extreme camera market. What Intova's done with our past expertise with dive products, we've kind of geared the camera towards diving. There's several features that kind of set it apart from some of our competition, and most divers find it very, very attractive. First of all, the camera comes with a flat port housing, so you do not need to actually go out and adapt the housing or buy a whole new housing for it. That's number one. Number two, we've actually included an LCD within the camera. You don't have to add that on as an extra feature.
And that's a nice feature.
Yeah, it has two major points. One is just in the setup, the initial setup, you can clearly see what you're doing with the camera. You don't have to go by codes and that sort of thing. You can actually look on there as any normal point and shoot type camera and see what you're setting up.
Yeah.
Secondly, when you're in the water or making your shots, you can kind of frame up your pictures and clearly see what you're shooting. The next feature that's very, very important would be it's a full functional housing. So once you're in the water, you can actually control everything from outside of the housing. The camera actually utilizes a micro SD card up to 32 gigabytes, so plenty of storage there. It also uses a rechargeable built-in battery, about 2.5 hours of recording time.
Oh, that's nice, because we've used other HD high action cameras in the past, and they've lasted a little over an hour to an hour.
Right. We're having very, very good luck with it. It's actually a unibody design. The camera is not removable, but it's not necessary to ever have it removed. Some of the other features to talk about in regards to video quality, it is 1080p HD. It's 30 frames per second. So it's a very, very high quality video.
Oh, it looks great. I mean, our series has been really looking good.
Some of the other features included would be there's a burst mode, some 3-second, 5-second, 10-second burst mode. There's a flip mode, so if you happen to have the camera mounted upside down, you could set the camera in advance so that it records everything to appear right side up.
Okay.
There's a time-lapse mode, many other modes, some of which the divers may not want or need. Intova actually has a whole series of accessories. One of them that's interesting to divers is the red filter. Once you get to below about 20 feet, you might start to lose some of your color spectrum. By adding the red filter, it brings all that back.
And the other nice feature about this camera is it's positively buoyant. So if you drop it, let go of it, it's going to go to the surface, you're going to find it. The other nice thing I like is that you guys sell your O-rings separately. And as I understand, it's a good idea to change that annually.
That's correct.
Okay.
Very inexpensive, and it's just a good, smart maintenance thing to do.
Absolutely. And that is the Sport HD camera from Intova. It's a really great camera at a good price. Come by the shop and check it out.
Well, that wraps it up for today's dive at Woods Cove. I'm Stacy Samuelson. Keep your gear ready and see you next time on Droppin' In.